Hi, I'm Melissa Haberstroh, and I'd like to welcome you to the Gift and Home channel. Today I'm here with Leon Goetz of the Dallas Market Center in the Goetz showroom, and we're going to visit a little bit about some of the secrets to success that Leon has. Leon, I know you've been in the Dallas showroom for a long time. How many years, if you don't mind telling? When you started at age 12.
Right. No, I actually started to work in the Dallas Market Center in 1980. I had a good friend that was a showroom manager, and I had gone to college in Dallas and eventually moved back and didn't have a job. I wanted to pursue a career in commercial photography. And it was the September gift show, and I had no job, and she said, why don't you come out and help us unpack boxes and be a temporary during this show? And I had no idea this industry even existed. So I walked in this building in 1980 and ended up going to work for this company, never thinking I would be in sales. And 4 years later, in 1984, got my own business, and that's when I started Goetz Incorporated. So, 2009 will be my 25th anniversary.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, I know as one of your customers that you have one of the show-stopping showrooms of this whole area. Tell us what you do to keep that fresh and how you come up with the inspiration and maybe how you help retailers with their inspiration.
Well, for me, it's always been about product and beautiful things and design. I actually have a degree in fine art and was going to pursue a career, as I said, in photography. And so it's always about the visual for me. And if you would have told me I would have been a salesman my life, I would just have never believed it, because that was never part of what made me tick. But coming into this industry and seeing that I could work with beautiful product and then selling it was not an effort, because the product sold itself. And I've always said I could never sell product that I didn't find appealing, that I wouldn't have myself. And so when I started my company, I always wanted to sell that kind of merchandise, that design-oriented, that beautiful product that I would like to have in my own home, that was fun to be around, that was fashion, that was forward, that was, trend. And so being a visually oriented person, it was always important for me to present it in a beautiful way. And that's what I've said for years, is that putting together the showroom is what feeds my soul. It's what really is the rewarding part for me. The sales just sort of come after that. So, of course, in the beginning, I did it all by myself. And through the years, I've added people to help me. And so it's a real important part of what we do, not only to feed my soul, but also for my customers, because I want my customers to come to market. I want to give them good merchandising ideas. I want to inspire them to go home and try that in their own environment.
Well, I think that's a great philosophy, and I share that with you. I find that selling the products that I love the most are the easiest thing to do. How about, when you have a product love like that, it's probably a little more challenging to find the type of loyalty that you do in your staff. And I know that, again, being your customer, I know that you do have a very loyal staff. It's been with you sometimes for years. What's the secret to that success? How do you help a retailer say you can really get staff members involved in helping merchandise or helping with sales and in maintaining that loyalty for so long?
I'm a big believer in giving the people that work with me ownership in what they do. If they are in charge of the showroom, if they're a territory manager, they own that business, and I give them the tools to be successful and really don't try to micromanagement. I trust them and I believe in them and I treat them well and give them the opportunity to be successful, both financially and just from that emotional connection of that ownership of what they do. So I think that's been a big secret. And I don't have any background in business or human resources. It's just I've had to follow my gut through the years, and fortunately it seemed to work.
That's a special trait that retailers and people in this industry have. Speaking of that, what sort of changes have you seen over the years in the industry, and things that monumental maybe in your own mind that maybe has been missed on the bleep system?
Well, when I started the showroom, I had very small lines that no one knew about, and it was in the early 80s, and the big box retailer that we call them that now, we didn't then, but the department store chains ran the business. And as you know, so many of those department store chains have consolidated. But back then, they were where people went to shop. And I would hear over and over, I can't get the service when I go into this store. I can't get the service. They don't know about the product. And I had a mentor that told me, he used to call me Babe. He used to say, Leon, babe, you've got to get you've got to get some stores you can sell these department stores. I mean, some merchandise you can sell these department stores. And I said, Larry, I don't want to do that. I believe that specialty retailing is coming back, and I believe that people will want to go to a specialty store for service and for entertainment and to someone who understands and loves that product. And I sort of stuck by that, even though it was really hard at times. And I was happy to see that come true. And the specialty retailer really flourished in the late 80s and 90s. But unfortunately, now I have seen it go the other direction, and we lose more and more specialty retailers, it seems like, every day. But the people that are successful, like yourself, are the ones that really dig in, that really commit to it, and really try to bring something different to the marketplace. And so I'm very hopeful that the specialty retailer is not only going to survive, but is going to come back full force.
And before we finish, I have one more question for you. We all have personal goals and what we'd like to see our businesses look like, or that one place we'd like to go with our business. What would you say your number one goal is for your showroom?
I guess from the beginning, my goal for what we do, and it's more than just selling product and numbers and volume and dollars. I've always felt like what I do has got to be a service to the customer, not just in taking care of them when we go on the road, but putting together a line package that when they come to market, they are dazzled by. And I've always said I want a new retailer that's opening a store can come to our showroom and literally buy every line and open a store with it without having to go anywhere else. Because I feel like we do the merchandising, we do the displays, we do the visuals, so they can buy all the lines, they can open a store, and then inspire them with those displays and how we merchandise it, and they can go home and try those exact same things in their store.
Well, I thank you very much for your time today during the busy show schedule. We can't wait to show everyone on the Gift and Home Channel some scenes from your store or from your showroom and all the great merchandising that you do. We thank you so much for welcoming us into your home, your heart, and your market showroom.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.